Hello world, it's your girl Bambi back at it again. I know I'm super late with this video this week, but we here, right? It is definitely Memorial Day weekend, so everybody's out and about. I've been out and about, I think damn near all week. I am tanning, as you can see. I have very light makeup on. This is more of a tan than anything else. But anyways, today's video, seeing how I was taking accountability for my last video, and I was talking about how I'm not perfect. I'm going to talk about one of my flaws, which is self-sabotaging, right? So self-sabotaging stems from like your self-esteem, your like childhood trauma, and like a need to be like in control of like situations. So I think mine can be like a mixture of that, because just to be honest, like I'm not saying I have like a self-esteem issue, but sometimes I could like be in my feelings, depending on how I'm feeling. I definitely have some childhood trauma, and I definitely kind of suffer from like wanting to be control of situations. So I have definitely self-sabotaged different types of relationship, whether they were platonic or potential partners, because of one of the three reasons I just gave you. But what do I do to combat the self-sabotage, and how do I not let it consume me? I am a work in progress. I try to say this in my other videos, but I am not perfect, far from perfect. So with my journey that I've been on, I'm trying to learn my patterns of when I self-sabotage and understand this is not just me using discernment or my intuition. It's really just myself, and I'm using or trying to find a reason to control the situation or to keep people away. So for me, the reason I self-sabotage sometimes, it's like a defense mechanism. It keeps me safe, right? Like if I cut this person off, then that means I don't have to like deal with like anything good or bad. I don't even have to deal with it at all. I just cut them off. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of a defense mechanism to keep me in my comfort zone, which is not necessarily, not that it's not okay to be in my comfort zone, but it's not necessarily okay to just be cutting people off. I know because I've done this, I've definitely blocked a lot of my blessings. So hopefully someone listening to my video can either avoid this or hear something that I'm saying and be like, hey, you know what? I kind of do that too, and maybe I need to be more mindful of my thoughts. So I try to be mindful of the thoughts that I have, like the negative patterns. So say like I've cut off a certain amount of people this certain way, with the next person or the next situation, I'll try to be more mindful of that and be like, hold on, is it me? Am I just tripping? Do I need not to like be doing this? Is this really something I need to be doing for me? Is this conducive for me? Is this conducive for the relationship, right? Because a relationship is a two-way street. It's not just one person. You gotta sorry, I have notes over here, so if you see me looking over here, that's why. You gotta be patient with yourself and just acknowledge it. Like I if people ask me like what are one of the things that you would say is something you need to work on, I definitely need to work on not self-sabotaging situations. I tend to do that. I like my peace and I like where I'm at. So it's really hard sometimes, and not in all situations, but sometimes it's just really hard for me not to self-sabotage. But like I said before, knowing that I do this sometimes, I am aware that I have blocked some of my blessings, and I don't want to do that for future reference. So I'm just going to keep being mindful of my thoughts, being mindful of my negative patterns. As they're coming up, actively change them. Like understand that this is probably like I'll come up with like scenarios in my head, like this is not actuality, this is not reality, this is just things that you're coming up with your head to give yourself reasons to not either accomplish this, to not move forward with whatever the situation may be. Be patient with yourself, be understanding. Understand it comes from a place of defensiveness and protectiveness, but and I know this world is harsh, so you always want to kind of protect yourself, but everyone is not out to get you. Everybody doesn't have bad intentions or situations, because it could be like success. You could self sabotage yourself from success. If this is something that you're passionate about, get rid of those negative thoughts. Try to actively work through it. As a negative thought is coming in, remind yourself why you put yourself in that situation in the first place. And just know, even if it's just hard for the moment, that moment will pass and you will get to the ultimate goal which you have. um but yeah, it's just a quick little snippet of like one of my flaws, which is self sabotage. I do have to give a shout out to my daughter, because like a lot of these topics I be coming up with, she really be like, how to be having like a team behind scenes. She really is the team behind scenes, because she be giving me great topics. And when she came up with this one, I was like, oh my God. Like she was like, well, then don't do it. I was like, no, 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 it's good, because this is actually one of the ones that I typically struggle with. And I still actively struggle with this. So, but I am working on it, because once you acknowledge it and you want to make a change, and you dedicate yourself to making that change, then you will. So just be patient with yourself, and things don't happen overnight. You just got to keep practicing and you'll get better at it. And that's where I'm at. I'm still in the, getting used to not self-sabotaging. So we'll get there one day. One day. We're not perfect, but we're going to get, we're going to get real close to achieving our goals of not self-sabotaging as much. But I want to thank all of my subscribers, people who are viewing, people who are commenting and liking. My numbers are going up. I'm going to continue to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm super appreciative. Until next time, bye.